Good morning, folks. On this Sunday morning, it is June 12th, 2022. Hope our creators keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button, share this across other platforms, and subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell in case we have any critical future updates. We are currently looking at our GOES X-ray flux, and we are looking at our sun over the past few days from June 6th up to today. And if you notice our baseline here for constant flux, we went from being in the low to mid B's and slowly climbed our way back up into the upper B's, and we had some awakening from our sun. We were getting into some serious C flares, got all the way up to the M flare, and we're starting to live right in that upper B flare, and we had another C flare this morning. I'm not exactly sure what, about a C 1.89, I think, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. We'll take a look at that here in just a moment. But if you notice the baseline, that's what's important. When our baseline starts rising, and there have been times we've lived in a state of constant C flux, and that when we get to that point, that's when we're likely to start getting X's. So we are going to have to see what's coming around the corner, because it has awakened. And as we come over here, we're at Solarham, we can see this big old beast. Not all of this. Now remember, this is active region 3030, and it's not even all the way around the limb yet. Look at this. Look how much is here. And then you got this big old bright region right down here. Another one that's coming around. And then look what's on the backside that we still can't see yet. All of this will be Earth facing at one shot. Whoa. As we jump over here to spaceweatherlive.com, take a look at our solar flares, and we did get to a C 1.89. So that would have been correct. As we come over here back to Solarham and we'll take a look at our magnetogram, let's take a look here at the size of this and what we got as far as complexity goes. It is looking very complex. We have our positive and negative here. We have a positive and negative here. So these guys are friends. They're going to be playing back and forth. But the other thing to notice is that we've got a positive here, a negative here, and more positive here. So let's say that these two start to play around with each other and they start arcing. Well, this thing can start connecting with this one. If it gets bigger, connect with this one, and it can connect with this one. So we have the potential here. Think about this: negative, positive, negative, positive. We have the potential here for a major player, for all of us to start interacting and playing as one and becoming a ginormous flare with some huge solar arcing going on of plasma. Large plasma filament releases, so we will definitely have to keep our eyes out on this guy right here. Now, I'm not trying to downplay this guy here. It's been quite interesting. The negative was down here, or positive here, and the negative was up here. So we're still gonna have to keep our eyes on this one, because this one is at a funny angle. Notice how these ones are more sideways. This one is more up and down. So it's a very weird setup for this thing to, because if this thing lets loose, instead of it letting loose like this, coming across horizontally, it could go at a 45-degree angle. It's a very weird one. We'll have to keep our eyes on it. The coronal hole 90 is just about facing us directly straight on, and as we can see, the bright region coming around the limb as well. Again, we really have to watch out for this guy. But yep, this is the shape of it. It does change shape. It was a different shape yesterday. It's kind of funky looking. But that's right, we have another one that's very concentrated, very small, but it also goes very deep, just like these ones here. This one here in the middle. We'll have to watch out for it. And as we come over here and we look at our solar wind prediction at Earth, we can see this is from a couple days ago. We did get that initial smack. We got to -10 and +10 for our BZ and our BT. This is our BZ being red. And we can see a definite density increase. Looks like we bumped all the way up here to 50. Now this is plasma, centimeters cubed. We got 50, and then it stayed there for just a couple of hours, and then it dramatically jumped back up to about 20, and it's kind of slowly riding the low wave. But then look at this, we've got some missing time here from yesterday until today, and it picked back up. So let's take a look at our Ace Mag and Sweep Ham, and let's bring this bad boy up. Now this is recent, this is as of today. It looks like we are in some form of an active mode, some kind of activity. We are at -10 again, and positive 15. So that's definitely something we need to be watching for. You can see we had another smack right here, a little bit more time loss. Then we had another little smack. It's about 10 centimeters cubed. Looks like we smacked up for a second, almost to 80. That's and then just it just bounced back down. That's pretty significant. And then we come back down and recover and flat bottom again. Speed is slowly increasing. Temperature is slowly increasing. We do have to watch because we got those solar winds that are going to be hitting us here in the next few days from that coronal hole that I just showed you, coronal hole 90. So yeah, things are getting interesting, folks. The sleeper has awakened. As we're taking a look at LASCO here, it's about to start over. There's LASCO C2 and LASCO C3. We could see that ejection and the push of that other planet. We're going to see our other one come off right here. And we see our other eruption here. But I'm not seeing anything from last night into today. Everything seems to be looking pretty decent. I don't see anything else new coming at us or coming out of the sun. Even though it has done that, it's not doing anything at the moment. It is awake. You can clearly see the bright regions on LASCO C2 and C3, and they are coming around to see us. Shrinking down, we're looking at our ISWA, and according to this one, we're taking a direct hit, but this one does not agree with this one, which is, this is Space Weather Prediction Center, and this is the Goddard, or NASA, basically, if you will. This is NASA's model, and this is Space Weather Prediction Center's model. So there are two different models, and they're not adding up. They're not agreeing. The same thing with the European Space Agency. Let's go take a look at that one really quick. Okay, and as we get over here to European Space Agency, this is their Euphoria model, which is similar to the Enlil models that we've seen, and it looks like it has actually caught up a little bit. It has updated, and it's showing the eruption, but it's showing it coming off the side, and it's showing us getting more of a glancing blow, and only taking on about 20 centimeters cubed max, and that would be, well, between the 12th and the 13th, which is what I originally had said, and it looks like so it'll pretty much hit right on the 13th, right around midnight is when we're going to be expecting it according to their model. So if you mix the two, I think it's going to be between 20 and 40, so we could be looking at around 30 centimeters cubed density of plasma. Because if you look at this, it's white here in the middle. So we've only got two models to go from. We don't have three. Three is better, where you can take an average, and that's about the best we can do with it for right now. Because when you got three models that do not agree or do not match up like at all, and all three are off, none of them even come close to agreeing in any way, shape, or form. It's kind of a hit or miss, unfortunately. And this is a look at our Tomsk, Russia model for our Schumann resonance, and we do have some form of activity going on. It's not super loud and blasting through, but we do have some activity that does show a power. Looks like we peaked up to about 17 right here. But that's about it. And then we had a couple spike ups, but yeah, there's some kind of activity. As we come over to our Italian model, we'll take a look. This is our electromagnetic field. Right now, there is some activity on the geophones, but here it's showing all quiet. Now, once again, folks, try to remember. You see how tight they've made these lines here? They have compressed the chart down. So all of this here, it's really, if it was like it used to be, it'd be showing way up here. And that's, I've shown that multiple times, that they've compressed the data. I mean, look at the geophones here starting to go off. You can see them spiking. There's definitely frequencies happening, and yet all we're seeing are these teeny little spikes. Yeah, all of these are compressed data. These used to be spread more far apart, but they're compressing it to try and hide it. And this is the look over it for the last few days. We can see some activity. And as we come on down to the bottom, let's start taking a look at our color chart. We can see that there's, oh, look at all these colors. We got red, green, blue, yellow, orange. We've got a lot of cleaning, a lot of chakra activity going on. Look at we can see the blue down here along the base, down along the bottom. This is Earth's surface down here. We can see Earth's surface, close to the surface, is getting a lot of blue chakra cleaning. If I'm reading this correctly, we can also see some blue and red going on up here as well. So there's lots of cleaning activity going on of the human chakra. I mean, here's a little bit more detailed by the hour, so you can definitely see more cleaning. Red, orange, yellow, blue, green. Lots of stuff happening, lots of awakening. So this is a really good thing. in my opinion. Look at this. Yeehaw. Coming over to Space Weather Prediction Center, and I'm taking a look at our meteors. Today it looks like we've got a fairly large one, 86 meters in diameter, going only 8.4 kilometers per second, and it's going to be 3.2 times the distance between us and the moon. That's a pretty big one, but that's pretty far away too at the same time. I don't think we're going to have anything to worry about with either one of these. The only time I start worrying about it is when they start getting like here. Well, actually at 1 lunar distance between us. Right around 1 is when I start going, uh-oh. But with this one only being 9 meters, more than likely it would break up in the Earth's atmosphere, especially moving at only 9.8 kilometers per second. It's got plenty of time to stay up in the atmosphere, in the stratosphere, and really start breaking apart and just turning into nothing. Now, I check this regularly. Now, granted, I was moving, and I was not paying attention to things at this time, so I apologize, but I didn't hear anything on the news about it, so I think we're fine. I don't see anything else of major significance that we need to worry about. However, as we come on up here to the top, I want you guys to check this out. Look at this. This right here. This is an alignment of planets from the Earth. If you get up in the morning, right as the sun's coming up, you'll see Mercury, Uranus, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, and Saturn. Look at that alignment, folks. Boy, there's a lot of stuff going on. Now, this was taken on the 9th in Australia. 8 major planets, 5:30 a.m. On the 9th of June 2022 in Brisbane, Australia. Folks, planetary alignments mean a lot of things, especially for the cabal. So we need to be keeping our eyes open. There's lots of stuff that's been coming out in the news. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but it's really crazy. So please keep your eyes open. No fear. Remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.